in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic.
Throw some jelly on it, you can throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day.
The hash browns are great, and I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
If you love sports, this is the show for you. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos. Weekday mornings 9 to noon Eastern on the free Odyssey app and YouTube at The Costos. Bringing you the biggest NFL news, guests, and notes from the offseason while getting you ready to win the madness of college hoops. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos. Live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM. Download the Odyssey app and listen from anywhere for sports talk from people who love sports.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic. Watch for construction on I-135 northbound at the ramp to Kellogg. Also on I-135 southbound at Southeast Boulevard. From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, that's your Odyssey Wichita traffic.
Weather. Early morning showers and storms will give way to cloudy and cool conditions the remainder of the day. High only 51, north breeze 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy, then areas of fog returning late tonight into Thursday morning. Overnight low 42. Fog and then mostly cloudy for your Thursday. Also breezy, little warmer, high 63. Thunderstorms on Thursday night. Those could be strong. We're in the low 70s on Friday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Alfrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Cardinals have informed quarterback Kyler Murray that he'll be released at the start of the new league year on March 11th, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Murray has been with the team for 7 seasons after being selected first overall in 2019. Elsewhere, the franchise tag window closed on Tuesday, and 4 players received a tag this year. The Colts placed the transition tag on quarterback Daniel Jones, while Jets running back Breece Hall received the franchise tag on the final day of the window. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts and Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens were also tagged earlier this offseason. Teams now have until July 15th to agree on a long-term deal with their tagged players. Plus, the Falcons were announced as one of the teams that will play in Madrid in 2026. The Madrid matchup will be part of a record 9 international games in 2026. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
Hey, welcome in there, everybody. Happy Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday to you here after a wild night, we'll call it, of college basketball in the books. Jacob Albrecht alongside TJ Cleland, Max Power in producing for us. We're glad to have you with us here on Sports Daily. We'll dig through it all. We've got a KU loss on the road in Tempe and a K-State win without Haggerty, if that makes any sense. Welcome to March, I suppose. Breece Hall gets the franchise tag. We have lots to get to today. KU Insider Shreyas Laddha, we think, is going to join the show. Now, we also know from last week that he made that trip, so we'll see. We'll keep that on standby for later in the program, see if our buddy Shreyas will be able to join the show today. As we make our way through, it's going to be a fun one. You can get in touch with the show. You can call us at 869-1240. You can email us at sportsdaily@kfhradio.com. You can get in touch with us via our video streams on Facebook, YouTube, and X. You can just message right there. We can take those over the air here, or you can leave us voice messages on the Odyssey app. Thanks also for watching us on 12 News Connected. Everything we've got coming for you today is going to come to you. What's on Tap? Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. Now featuring the seasonal release, Lazy McCafferty. This beer packed with malty specialty grains that you love in an Irish red ale, but is light enough to put you on your kilt and have you singing from the tabletops all night long. Lazy McCafferty Irish Red Ale, now available at Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jacob. I know you are off the show for the rest of the week. Would you like a double technical so you could head home early?
Holy smokes. What a weird one. What a weird one for the Jayhawks. We'll dig into it. Weirdest outcome, we had TCU win on the road at Texas Tech, stamping their ticket probably into the NCAA tournament. You had Oklahoma State beating UCF on the road last night.
Didn't see that one.
In the Big 12. You had Cincinnati take care of BYU by 22 points. And you had Colorado getting the win over Utah at home. Sorry, K-State. Colorado wins it.
Utah won.
Of your KU and your K-State outcomes.
Utah won.
No. Colorado won. Colorado.
Oh, so K-State's going to get out of last.
So K-State's going to get
They're
out
safe.
of it.
They're safe, baby.
They're safe. Yeah.
Man, Big 12 basketball. I cannot believe.
Night. What a
It's
weird
so
night.
Weird. You know what my overarching thought was last night? I always have one big thought. You know on Sports Center they do the one big thing. I always have one big thought in the opening segment that I want to bring to the table. My one big thought is that I hate that you can go back and listen to podcasted versions of the show on the free Odyssey app, because you can go back last week and listen to TJ Cleland say that I feel the most confident in KU out of all the Big 12 teams to go win a national championship, and then they lose to Arizona State.
Most confident was a little strange. Capable, yes. Most confident was where I was like, "Woo, that's a bold one." It is. Last night here, you want to know what my one
they were trending upwards, and now they just fell down the stairs.
You want to know what my big takeaway from that is?
Tell me.
That was one of the dumbest basketball games I've ever seen. Just the amount of frustration and oddity and weirdness and all of it was so crazy. So crazy.
That may have been Bobby Hurley's final game in Tempe. And the video of him reacting to the double technical is going to be an all-timer for me ever. Bill Self, the other coach, gets a double technical and ejected, and Bobby Hurley throws his hands up, says, "What?" That's it. That's hilarious.
It was brutal officiating in the first half, which I don't totally. I usually leave that alone. But it was pretty bad. It wasn't great in the second half, but it wasn't as bad. It was maybe a little more evenly bad in the second half. But Peterson picking up that fourth on that offensive foul. I'm like, what are we playing? What sport are we playing right now? And then the guys on the call are like, oh, look, and he gets his feet set. I'm like, no, he did not get his feet. Like, his foot was in the air. His feet were not set. You don't call that foul. Good Lord.
So
like,
my parents,
the amount of stupidity in that game, the fact that you can get however many offensive rebounds it was and score like 2 points on second chance point. Like, just the weirdest game. What a dumb game.
Yeah. My parents happened to be in Arizona, so they were in Tempe last night watching that one. And my wife made the comment of, like, man, what a bad game for your parents to go to. I'm like, oh no, this one was probably the most entertaining game of the year. Like, whenever it gets that stupid and weird, that is just like, in 10 years, you're gonna be like, hey, remember that one game Bill Self got a double tech 6 minutes in? I was there. Like, that's worth the price of admission for that.
Only the second time ever he's been ejected. The first one was
third.
I thought it was the second.
Second at KU. He got ejected in 1999 at Tulsa.
I don't care about that. Second at KU. Wasn't the other one like last year or the year before?
It was like 2 years ago at Texas Tech.
Yeah. So he wasn't even mad.
Oh,
that's what's so funny. Like,
it's
just
the
like,
video,
right,
the angle of Sermons going out of his way to run back to the huddle and say, TT, gone. Like, how that is the quickest double tech I've ever seen in my life.
Did you see I sent this to you this morning. Headline TJ may have missed. They ran the smoke machines as Will Self was leaving the court.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. That's the best thing you could have done in that.
It's perfect. What a dumb game. That's my takeaway. The game was really stupid. We'll dig into it. I think there are good takeaways. And good for K-State. Look, Haggerty goes down. Bring in West Virginia. They get a tight one, 65-63. Not going to pretend I sat and watched through that one like I did KU, but they get the win.
I probably should have.
I guess. At least we don't know what's wrong with Haggerty.
He had
is what the team said.
He had like the KT tape on his elbow last game, and they said it was like a re-aggravated. So it's probably something with his arm.
They said in practice. Now I don't think they said which practice.
They said it was in the last few days, and and they said afterwards that it was a re-aggravated, and so it was something that was lingering. And so I think it's like an arm thing. If I had to take a stab.
All right. And then the other thing that we'll get into today, Breece Hall gets tagged. The dream is dead. They're gonna work, if they really are working as hard as the reports are saying they're working on a long-term deal. There's a pretty good chance he's gonna sign a long-term deal. I mean, as a running back, how do you not? So either way, the likelihood for the Chiefs is very minimal. But another guy enters that doesn't get tagged, probably needs to enter our conversation, and Ken Walker. It was an interesting day of free agency. Trey Hendrickson's out there. We get, the odds of Max Crosby moving are great into the Bears. There's a lot of little things, NFL notes from yesterday on that first deadline. The free agency window opens 1 week from today. That's when it gets crazy. I got to tell you, the free agency list ain't that impressive to me this year. I'm not sure that any of it outside of potentially a running back is really moving the needle for me as far as the Chiefs go. And more people are falling in love with Jeremiah Love. So we'll dig into all of it, but we'll take Breece Hall's side of it, not just from the Chiefs' perspective. A local guy got a franchise tag and now is working on a long-term deal. We'll get into that as well today. It's all coming for you. We're glad to be here. Prairie Fire Coffee fired up with the late tip last night for KU. Let's dig into that steaming pile when we return here on Sports Daily. It's all Brockton Cleveland on a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily on
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland. It's a Wednesday. We're a little tired, staying up with that just garbage game for KU. We almost had, I mean, the second half was entertaining. Looked like Kansas was going to give it a whirl. They scored 20 first half points in just a foul-ridden, strange, odd game. They end up losing it 70-60. They got it within, they get it within 2. I believe they got it within 2 with about 9 or so minutes left to go, maybe even less than that, and then couldn't hold on. It was, it was frustrating in the first half, but TJ, in the second half, they had opportunities. I can't remember a team missing more putback bunnies than KU did last night. And the strange thing was, both teams felt like they had 1,000 offensive rebounds in that game. KU turned the ball over 17 times. They didn't deserve to win that game. And they didn't win that game. And it might, cost them Oklahoma City. I don't know. I don't even know what it cost them that matters really. But I do also think that the second half version of Peterson that we got, and he didn't have a great offensive night. He heated up a little bit in the second half, but he had 10 rebounds, TJ. He had 4 assists. Some of them were highlight reel assists. He had 5 steals. I almost sent the message last night. Well, first, I was talking to KU people, and I was like, here's what I would love to see. It was double-edged. I don't want to see KU play this way, but just like psychologically, it would be a great time for Peterson to just go nuclear in the second half and do something special and get all. And it looked like for a second, it looked like he was like, 2 quick threes. Like, what are we doing? The steals, the dimes, the lob dunks, all these things. And they got in foul trouble again, and then it slowed down. But I will say, I think we saw glimpses from him of a better, well-rounded performance. He's still not playing great offensively, but am I crazy? And I might be if I say outside of the offense, that's probably as good as he's looked.
I mean, I guess. If
you take away that he missed shots, obviously, like separate that out a little bit, because I know that's the main thing he's going to do. But I thought he was more engaged defensively. He was more engaged on the boards. He was a little more selective in the shots he was taking. Like, I thought we saw something, a little bit of that in the second half.
This is, I guess I could agree with you. This is probably the most point guard Peterson that we've seen, where he's doing other things besides, being the number one option. And he did a lot more stuff on the ball, I think. He had 10 rebounds. You're right about that as well. I don't know. I think that there is a conversation to be had. This is what stuck out to me. Shreyas, in Tempe last night, he tweeted out that Peterson missing shots, that doesn't bother me. I'm telling him to shoot the ball. And that's something that, bookmarked for me, because, is there something to be said about that?
That's what Bill Self said after the game?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I know.
I don't mind trade. I don't mind. Well, it depends on what the shot is, right? Like, if
I'm just saying. He got to 18 last night, and in the grand scheme,
that wasn't good offense.
They had a ton of shots last night because there was a ton of offensive rebounds, like you're talking about, and a ton of possessions. But there's something to be said about how many games in a row is it? He hasn't had a game where he's gone, the nuclear Darren Peterson since Oklahoma State.
That's fine. I kind of agree. I kind of agree with Bill Self. This team, to me, is not going to have enough offense without him.
But they beat Arizona without him.
I understand they had a great game, but can they?
They've beaten great teams without him on the floor.
Can they have 6 of them in a row, though?
But they haven't played their best basketball. Like, you asked the question earlier this week, on Monday, about are they better with Peterson? Obviously, have they played better?
No,
with him,
not at times, but at times they've played bad without him too. Like, they've had some bad games without him too. I guess all I'm trying to say is, in the second half, it was a version with him that works. KU played really well in the second half, outside of missing a few free throws. It wasn't criminal, and then not completing their opportunities on second chance points. Otherwise, that second half,
I agree. Second half was good.
Back. So I guess my question is that second half version of KU that had the big energy, started with lob dunks and all that, is that a version? Because I don't envision anybody. I don't even know how to describe or missing that many second chance opportunity. I don't even know what that is. Like,
to me, this is how I think it. Maybe I'm crazy for this, but like they won the second half by 10 points, obviously, and they played much better in the second half. To me, watching that game, once you cut it to 2, and then you're able to let it slip away back to double digit, like that to me is, I don't care about how well you played in the second half. If you have it into a 1-possession game, like find a way to close out the game.
Sure, agree, totally agree. It's strange. The second half defense was much better. The first half offense for Arizona, they scored 40, but they didn't play that well offensively. They had 15 free throws in the first half. They took 20 first half free throws. That's what I mean about the game being stupid. Like, I don't even know what we're supposed to pull from it. KU, I'll pull this out. KU was way too sloppy. Okay, there's no that is not.
They had like 13 first half turnovers or something.
17 turnovers in the game. Like that ain't going to get it done.
No.
But I just want to know, like,
golly, KU had 25 offensive rebounds.
Dude, I'm telling you, it would. And go look up. I don't know where it is. Look up second chance points. Second chance points. Okay, here it is. How many? 25 offensive rebounds. And don't look if you've looked.
I haven't seen it.
How many second chance points do you think they had on 25 offensive rebounds?
I mean, they only scored 60, so I'll say like 14.
6 second chance points on 25 offensive rebounds. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I really don't. I don't remember seeing anything that weird.
That's so
with weird. that particular
with Flory
thing.
Badunga. Flory Badunga didn't play well last night.
He did not play well last night. I just and neither did Bryson Tiller. I just look at it and I'm like, how did that even happen?
It felt like to me, Jacob, watching that game, not for the overarching of the entire game, but there was definitely a period where I was sitting there and they were kind of struggling, and it kind of felt like they made the shift that we've talked about. It's like, all right, we're just going to give it to the big guys and try that. And it did not work. And like it got sloppy.
Of the lob dunks, yes.
Well, those did. But I mean, it got to a point where they were just like, all right, give it to Flory and just do a post move.
So imagine this scenario. Imagine everything goes the way it did in the second half, right? Everything goes the way it did. Obviously, you're not going to have 25 offensive rebounds and only scores. That'll never happen again, I don't think, in the history of KU basketball. So let's pretend that's just whatever you normally would get, or even a little less than average on 25 offensive rebounds. Okay, let's envision that second half, the level of defense they played, the energy that they played with, all of it. And imagine Darren Peterson not being in foul trouble, which is a little weird for him, but just being average offensively. I'm not so sure that that's not a version we could see make a little noise. They lost the game. I'm not trying to make an excuse for losing the game. I'm just trying to wonder, like, the pace and the energy and everything they did in the second half outside of win the game, right, and hit the bunnies. That's kind of what we've been waiting for. That was really big energy in the second half with Peterson on the floor, and to my eye, Peterson participating in the big energy, which has been a challenge this year. He's looked disinterested at times. So can you take that second half? Can it piss you off if you're KU what just happened and you bottle up that second half and then move it forward? Rick says there's already reports that Flory's team's shopping him around. Listen, I've got no time or interest for that stuff. And I saw the same report you're talking about, Rick. Like, the report is just people that hear anything, put it out there like the second they hear it, because what's stopping them? It's just people on the internet. I don't know if that's true. I don't care.
If it is, I mean, that's a conversation to have in April. Like,
I didn't see it. Didn't like Flory Badunga was locked into that game in the second half. So again, I really don't care. I mean, you can't love Melvin Council and get mad at that.
No.
Right? You can't love that Remy Martin helped you win a national championship and get mad at that.
Yeah. I don't know.
It might be true. It might not be true. I just on March 4th, I do not care.
Again, like there's something to be said about it. It's something to where you can't. It can be a distraction.
Now, if Flory seemed checked out, then that's a different story. But I don't think he seemed checked out. I just don't think he played very well last night.
No.
I mean, he was big energy in that second half.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. That second half is interesting. Like, I'm with you in the fact that they played better, obviously, but again, like you're at Arizona State, one of the worst teams in the league, and
you got to win that game.
Yeah, like there's nothing that we're gonna say on that.
They were right there too. They should have won it. Like even after the first half, when you're watching that second half, you're like, man, they should win this game. They couldn't get it done. Did you
see the stat that KU is 0-5 in Tempe? They've never won a game there.
The new Stillwater? Because now they're winning all their games.
What Hurley's 3-1 against Bill Self, and he's about to get canned. Here's another one for you from Fieldhouse Archive on the X machine. Over the last 10 seasons, Division I teams were 440-1 in regulation when finishing with 55 plus rebounds and a plus 12 rebounding margin. KU becomes the second team to ever lose in that span, despite out-rebounding Arizona State 55-43.
Okay.
440-1.
So let's just think about that kind of thing when we're trying to, because this is a really easy game. And I haven't seen a lot of this, but I haven't been looking very hard, so I'm sure it's there. To throw your hands up and say, it's over. They're not doing anything. Like, that's it. Put a fork in them. Like, it's easy to go there after a game like this. But that's what I'm trying to, like, pull out of it this morning. Is that overreaction? I mean, of course, it's overreaction. But is it, like, are we not paying enough attention to what we saw in the second half?
I mean, I'll ask it this way. Look at more big picture, like not the full picture, but a bigger picture. Is that they lose to Arizona State? They got dominated by Arizona. They lost, and then they beat Houston. Then they got dominated by Cincinnati. They beat Oklahoma State. They got dominated by Iowa State. They didn't look very good against Utah. They didn't look good against Texas Tech, and they pulled it out of their butts in the very end. Second half, BYU wasn't great. They almost blew that one. And that's going back to January. And so, like, the entire month of February, you ride a high of beating Arizona and Houston, and every other game you're holding on to your cheeks. Like, there's something, like, I agree that you don't want to just, like, freak out because they lost to Arizona State. But I think it's more so the fact of, like, for the last month, we've been looking at them and say, do you remember Kelvin Sampson, what he said after the Houston game? And he said, with Kansas, you just never know what you're going to get. And Darren Peterson, I don't know if I told you this story. Darren Peterson was like, what does he mean by that? Like, what does that mean? And then last night, all these national reporters, I know CJ Moore, the Athletic, was like, Kelvin Sampson was right. You never know what you're going to get from this KU team. Like, and that's what we feel is that we're like, who is KU? Like, you feel good about it whenever they can do something like beat Arizona and they beat Houston. And then every other game that they play, you're like, I don't know. Like, are they good? Like, I have no idea. And then to see it boil over last night, like, this is the most disappointing game. Arizona State's worse than Cincinnati, I think, right?
Yes, absolutely. Not even
close. So this is the boil over effect for sure.
Let me, and I agree. Like, so what hasn't changed is that KU's floor is lower than Houston and Arizona and probably Iowa State and probably Texas Tech's. Their floor is lower. So where is their ceiling that I'm interested in? And that's all I'm interested in. I'm not gonna change that. I don't think, no matter what happens the rest of the way. I'm only interested in how high that ceiling is and how easily they can get to it. I think if they don't have, again, you just put it out there, a 1 in 450 to odds outcome based on what was happening. Like if they end up, let's say they don't have that absolutely absurd stat happen and the rebounds do what they normally do and they win that game. What's the conversation we're having this morning? And I ask it only to say, I think they played in the second half the way, that you could, that is the successful way. The energy, the rebounding. Yeah, Peterson didn't hit, he hit a couple of shots and then he got into foul trouble and whatever. But it was a hell of a lot better than the first half. Here's a team that comes to mind when I think about this year's KU team. Do you remember the 2011 UConn team? Now, you were pretty young. This would have been
Kimball Walker.
They won. Yeah, this is a Kimball Walker team. They won the Natty. That team at the end of the year lost 7 out of 11 games. They lost 4 out of their last 5. They didn't look very good. And then it clicked. They won the Big East tournament. They may not have even made the NCAA tournament. Had they not, they were close. And then they go on as the 9 seed, I believe they were, 8 or 9 seed, to go on and win the whole thing.
Listen, like we can play what do you say? What if the sun falls into the earth and we all die? You know what I mean? Like what if is exactly right. Like great, the 9 seed won it before. Guess what? Like the 11 seed won it before. No,
that's
whatever,
not what
13.
I'm saying. And usually that doesn't happen, by the way. What I'm saying is teams can play bad over stretches and still be really good teams that find it at the end. The only thing I want to know with KU is if they were to find it, is that good enough to win a bunch of tournament games? You know, like if we saw KU all of a sudden find, and I think what we saw in the second half there, plus a couple of more made shots by the offense, is as close to it as we've seen in a while. How does that translate? Again, I understand that the floor is losing to Arizona State on the road. I understand that's the floor. That teams like Arizona and Houston don't usually do things like that, and Michigan and all the best teams in the country. I'm not that interested in that. We're very well aware that KU is capable of laying an egg. If you're not aware of that, you're not paying attention. Of course they are. They did it last night.
Not watch the month of February.
They do that a lot. What I want to know is if they're good enough to beat every team in the country when they play well.
I agree. There's something to be said about it, but like, man, if you turn the ball, what did I see? The last mock was against Stephen F. Austin, 13 seed. You turn the ball over 17 times against Matt Breyer's team, you're not winning the game. Stephen F. Austin is better than Arizona State.
Let's just go to bracketology real quick.
I saw they fell to the 4 line.
Yeah, so CBS has them at a 4 with Virginia, Gonzaga, Iowa State. I mean, I guess I would say, all those teams could potentially make a run. You got to go maybe a little
Those are the other 4s, you mean?
Like St. John's is a 5. Are we sitting here with St. John's and saying, man, I wonder if they're good enough to win? To go? Like, no, they're probably not. But when you go down that list and you get to Kansas, like,
because there's got a Jayhawk logo.
How about this? How about let's look at it this way? Who's got a better chance to win it all? KU is a 4 seed or Nebraska is a 3 seed? And I love Nebraska this year.
I don't know. Nebraska's the top 10 team in the country.
Yep. Who if you had to bet the mortgage on one of them to go to the Final Four?
I don't know. I mean,
KU's Jekyll and Hyde, man. You got to take the floor. You've got to take the floor with the ceiling. I just want to know how high the ceiling is. I know how high the floor is. We just saw it. We just saw it last night. We got a real good look at the floor.
How low the floor is, not high.
Yes. Yeah, right. We know where the floor sits. Where does the ceiling sit? And they've got a few more games. Capture what you did against second half in Arizona. What happened with the offensive that won't ever happen again.
Hey,
do it again, and good things will happen.
Bill Self, you better get a grip because Driscoll's Pistols are coming to town on Saturday.
Oh, good Lord. All right, we'll come back. Let's talk Breece Hall's contract next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
the canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Jacob.
Yo.
You don't know a headline that is getting overlooked that maybe was not missed? After Texas Tech lost last night, got upset by TCU.
You get the 11:30.
KU got propelled up to the 8:30 game in the 3 seed.
11:30 game.
And I was punching the wall. And then KU blew it, and they're back to the 4 seed, baby.
Yeah.
If everything stays chalk, KU gets the 11:30 a.m. game. Please.
Like all of this, I just don't think is very important to what KU fans have been dealing with for the last couple of years. We'll continue to discuss it here real quick. This March, the madness, not just on the courts, taking over Downtown Wichita as well. Join KFH for Hoops for Heroes at the 9th Floor Club and Venue on March 20th from midday madness, buffet lunches to evening madness in the Cloud9 Cigar Lounge. It's the ultimate tournament watch party. Enter the Ultimate Bracket Challenge. 100% of bracket proceeds benefit CanVets United, supporting our local heroes. Get tickets and brackets and learn how you can be a member for a day at 9thfloorwichita.com with 97.5 and 1240 KFH. I just don't think, TJ, the KU fans are feeling a little PTSD from the last couple of years right now.
Correct.
And I think it's warranted for sure. It just looks a whole lot different than it did the last couple of years.
Yeah. Let me pose this at you. Right now, KenPom, let me go check actually before I just start talking here. Right now, KenPom has KU's adjusted offensive efficiency at 53.
Yeah, I believe that.
Last year it was 52, and it was the worst the Bill Self has ever had at KU. And now it's worse than that. Like, how do you have an offense that features the number one scoring prospect in the NBA draft next year, and you have the 53rd best offense?
Because he hasn't played.
It's true. It's skewed.
I mean, I think you look at that and let me. So
I'll put it this way: if you go conference only, they're the 7th best team in the conference. And
I believe that. I believe that 100% because they're behind the top ones and they're behind BYU at minimum, and they're probably behind Cincinnati. So I just like, you look at it though from the lens of the last couple of years, and we were at this point in the last couple of years, and it was like, I got nothing for you. There's no hope.
They weren't even ranked at this time last year.
Well, just the way that they played, like where this year you still do have Peterson, of course, but you also have, you have Trey White's a better shooter than they've had for 3 years, right? Who's been a better shooter than him? Am I missing somebody? I don't think I am. I mean, they have 2 shooters, which they severely lacked. Melvin Council, I don't want to say he's better than DeJuan Harris. DeJuan Harris is an All-American, but he's different, right? He's a little different. You've got 2 bigs that you feel good about. Maybe you don't feel as automatic with the offense from the bigs as you did with Hunter Dickinson, but you feel a lot better about the defense and the rebounding. And so, like, I know that it feels the same way, and even on paper, they kind of look the same way, but this is not the same situation as it was the last couple of years. There's still all the hope in the world for this team. What is the likelihood that they'll be the best version of themselves? I don't know the answer to that. That's the question I have. But to the Big 12 tournament, like, they're going to get a game. It's probably going to be, if everything holds the way it is now, it's probably going to be against Iowa State. Okay, like that. I kind of wish they could get one and then a game like that, because I would like to see them play 3 or 4 more games and just see because again, what's more annoying? The absurdity and the oddities that came from last night's game, or having this conversation the morning after and saying, is Darren Peterson in load management? Like, what's worse?
No.
Because that's not as bad to me. We saw them play poorly for a half, run into, again, I don't like the excuse, but some really bad officiating. And in the second half, play much, much better, have one of the greatest statistical anomalies we've quite literally ever seen in college basketball, and Darren Peterson got in foul trouble in the second half. So I'm still like okay with the trajectory. I'm not sure that it changed all that much for me last night, other than to reaffirm where the floor is, which is very low. But I don't know that it took me off of where I think the ceiling could be if they find a way in the next 3 or 4 games to find that click. I do want to, and we'll get to Breece Hall and the football stuff in the next hour, because I just can't, I can't get off of this Flory thing. It was Mike Vernon who he gets a lot of good insight. But yesterday on the show, Paul Mills told us with Karan Boyd, he had his people reach out to Boyd's agent, because these players have agents now. If you get in there, like, we'd love to have you. So I don't know what to make of Flory Badunga's people kicking the tires on stuff. He did this the last off season, and he got his bag at KU and he stayed. So what in the world would make us think if he doesn't go to the NBA, he's not going to kick the tires?
I mean, the best way to think about it is that it's a story for April, and if it's something to where he leaves, like, that sucks. And if it's a story where if he goes in the portal and then comes back and, you know, gets a new paycheck, like, that also kind of stinks that it's happened in back-to-back years, and it's something they've had to deal with as well. Again, like, does it matter towards the play on the floor? It doesn't until it does. Like, I didn't watch that game last night and think that, like, oh, yeah, he missed a bunch of layups because he's thinking about going to Georgia next year, or he's going to Alabama next year, or so on and so forth. Like, I don't think there's anything to make of it until he leaves. I think that it'd be silly of him if he is shopping around to let it affect his play, if that is the truth, because obviously if you play better, you get better looks if you are going to leave. Like, it's not something that's going to affect this year's KU team, and until it does. And if it does, then it's absolutely a story, and that's something that, you know, is unfortunate.
I just don't think it's going to affect what he's doing right now, is my point. Like, it's a time to put that out there that kind of makes it seem like that's contributing to why they're losing at Arizona. That's what bugged me about it. Like, all these players, clearly, they're probably not, but their agents are. Like, that's they're doing the business that's allowed to be done right now. And again, like, I don't know. I go back to the Paul Mills, Karan Boyd thing yesterday. Yeah, we had our people reach out to his agent and say, if you're going to get in the portal, we'd have interest.
Hold on. I don't think that's what was said. I think it was said that it was the agents were like, hey, I think you might. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It was that way. It wasn't Wichita State. Yeah, it wasn't Wichita State calling the agent, because that's a whole different story.
Well, it's communication with the agents is what it is.
And
if that's happening with any player, that doesn't surprise me. I still want to know if Flory Badunga is going to go to the NBA. If he's not, let me put it this way: if Flory Badunga doesn't go to the NBA, my money is on him staying at Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense. But we also, I mean, we said that last year, and he went in the portal and came back.
Back to Kansas.
It's true. But if he goes back in the portal back-to-back years, like, that's a trend at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
who
that's
cares
something.
If he comes back. He's
know.
a great player. DeJuan Harris, Rick also pointing out that he was not an All-American. I thought he was a defensive All-American one year. Maybe not. He was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year and a 3-time All-Big 12 defensive player. So whatever. He was really good. I don't want to put that on Melvin Council. Harris had a great career. Different players, though. And I don't know. I think that there was a little bit of sky is falling on some of that kind of thing right now. That's just we're not quite there yet to be particularly worried about what Flory Badunga does next year. They're a team in a position with a player that's finally healthy to go try to make a run. And they played poorly at Arizona State last night. How can they turn that around? Can they find it? KState off of a win this weekend. Don't you think their hair's on fire for that? If it's not, that's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. 25 offensive rebounds and 6 second chance points.
No.
I was watching that game with my wife, who is she likes to watch basketball, but she's not like a basketball junkie or anything. And she's just watching it like that was like the noise. She like, what? Like, what is happening? I'm like, yeah, no, I same. I feel the same way. Like, what are we doing here? How can you not get those bunnies? Weird game. Tip of the cap to K-State, TJ. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good to see him play hard. That hasn't been a problem since Tang's been fired, has it? Like, I haven't gotten that sense.
I think
this team still in post game will do like Tang catchphrases.
I know. I think the biggest takeaway from that is that they did it without Haggerty. Obviously, they found a way to. Nate Johnson played great. Nate Johnson was a guy that was supposed to be awesome all year long. He was what he did. He had 16. McGriff had 18 last night. I think the biggest takeaway is that they held West Virginia to 63 points. This was a team we were talking about giving up 100 every single game. Maybe they're finding their groove after the game. I don't know if you saw this. That was satire for people that couldn't see my face there. last night, did you see that? What the hell's his name? Driscoll at the post game said something along the lines, something along the lines of like, asked him about going to KU, and he's like, well, obviously I've coached in there before. I was an assistant at Baylor, and I've seen how loud that place can get. But let me tell you, my last game I ever coached there when I was at Baylor, we got a win there. That season as well, we were the 12 seed in the Big 12 tournament. We made a run all the way to the championship. Wink, 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 wink.
Oh, I like that. Driscoll's easy to root for, isn't he?
He was also wrong. They were the.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a strange time, strange night in the Big 12. Strange night. And Texas Tech loses at home to TCU. TCU's good though. TCU will get in. At least that was the Fox Sports bracketologist. That game was on FS1. Basically had that as a punch your ticket kind of game. So good for TCU, good for the Big 12. Sorry for Tech. Don't really, I don't think it kills Tech, but that's good for TCU. Just a strange night in the league. Strange night. Who does Iowa State have now? They've got, I think they may be, you got Baylor, Houston tonight. I mean, unless KU does something catastrophic.
Oh, you know who Iowa State has next? Arizona State.
Oh, here we go.
Bobby Hurley swan song. He's going to save his job.
Unless KU does something catastrophic this weekend, that looks like where we're headed. And honestly, Iowa State's a good test. They do everything pretty well. That'll be a good test for KU. I'd love to be at practice today. I would love, or if they practice today or tomorrow, whenever it is, the next practice after last night. I would love to see the body language of that practice.
That's the only thing that matters about that. Because, what do you do? What do you go into practice?
Nothing. That's what I mean. You can shake that game off so easily if you're KU.
The only thing that matters right now is a level of confidence. Because again, it's March 4th. What are you going to change in time? You just got
to. But if you're KU, don't you have to come out of that and feel pretty damn confident? We just dominated them on the court.
I wouldn't feel confident at all after, because in the same breath, we played great on the boards, man, but look how bad our offense was.
Right. We did that. We had the free throw thing in the first half. Peterson didn't hit enough, all of that, and we still almost came back and won that game. That's what I'd be saying today if I'm Bill Self. We should have won that game. All those things went wrong, and we still almost had. All right, we'll come back. We got football in the next hour. We'll see if Shreyas is here.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hag.
Welcome back in, everybody. Another hour of Sports Daily here. Jake Ballbrook, TJ Cleveland. Thanks for being with us on 12 News Connected, on KFH, Facebook, YouTube X, the Odyssey app, all the different ways that you can find us. We appreciate that you do. Leave your comments in some of those places. Always love the listener insight, the listener call-outs, the listener fact-checking, the listener, if you're ready to panic and your team is not doing what you want it to, ready for all of it here on Sports Daily. We're going to have some more basketball talk, we think, depending on if Shreyas Laddha made his flight or if he's flying back this morning. We'll find out later this hour. But we can always revisit the KU game. We're going to talk some of the NFL things that happened yesterday, including for Wichita's own Breece Hall. It's all coming up in this hour. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring Caddy Shack, Wichita's golf beer. Caddy Snack. I did it again, TJ. Caddy Snack Blonde Ale is refreshingly crushable and makes the perfect pairing from the first tee to the 19th hole, no matter the score. Caddy Snack reminds you to beer the ball. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. We've got some other fun stuff coming up for you this hour, TJ. Of course, we also have the headlines that I missed. Let's do it.
All right, Sports Daily fans, Let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All right, I got a few good ones. Let's start with this one that relates back to some KU hoop from last night. As we were talking about, Doug Sermons is the guy that double T'd Bill Self. He has officiated 9 games in 9 days. He has not had a day off since February 15th, as people have found. I think you can find this on here. Let me see. I can pull this up, actually. It'll tell you what games that he did as well in Ken Palm.
Goodness.
No
wonder.
It's unreal.
Cranky.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the refs here? It says it over here. Doug Sermons. Here we go. Arizona State, Arizona, Rutgers the day before. Or let's start back on February 15th. What did I say here? February 15th, consecutive here. Cedar Falls, Iowa, Ames, Iowa, Tempe, Tucson, Arlington, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Lawrence, Kansas, Waco, Texas, Boulder, Colorado, West Lafayette, Champaign, Evanston, College Park, Tucson, and Tempe.
That's
all
in
since,
9 days? It
all
felt like you just named 36 cities.
That was more than just 9. That was all since February 15th.
Okay.
He's had one day off. So there's 1 day off in between all those.
Yeah, listen, maybe that's why. I get it then. That's too much. Like, why would we do that to anybody? That's horrible.
It's crazy. And people talk about like they're independent contractors, so it's not like the Big 12 schedules them. Like they just make their own schedules. And some of them do it. Like the high knees ref, Jeffrey Anderson, he's coast to coast every night. It's wild.
They got to fly. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
They gotta have a rule that says, sorry, man, like you can't do that. You'd never let anybody play or coach that many consecutive days like that. We can't have officials doing that.
That's crazy.
Or we get stupid things like last night's double T for no reason.
You know what, Bill Self? I haven't seen my wife and kids in a month. You're on. Get out of here.
You could shut your mouth, buddy. Get out of here.
Oh, it's so good. So good. All right, let's keep going here. Last night, Alabama, Georgia, upset. Georgia took down Alabama last night. Alabama was number 16 in the country. Just before the half, they came out of a timeout, and Alabama only had 4 guys on defense.
Okay.
And Georgia had to call a timeout because they were about to go back court. And nobody noticed. Nobody even on the broadcast pointed it. Somebody like took a video of it and tweeted it, and it was like, I think it was Dan Wetzel of ESPN quoted it, and where I saw it, and it said, "Boxing none defense from Alabama." Worked.
Have we ever seen that? Have you ever seen that? I don't remember ever seeing that.
There's another game.
Players are not. We see it in the NFL.
Yeah, I know. There was something as well. There was a different college game last night. There was 6 players out that I don't know if they got caught as well or not. I just saw
that seems more likely than 4.
Yeah, they had 4 players out there playing defense, and they got to stop. It's incredible.
That's
awesome. That's college hoop.
Well, maybe it wasn't just the Big 12 then last night. Maybe it was everywhere.
It was pretty anarchy. All right, this one.
Wasn't there like an eclipse last night?
I don't know. Maybe. There's an election. Yeah. Is there pizza? Did you have pizza last night?
I don't know. I was out before pizza arrived.
Anyways, all right, let's keep going here. This one is off the rails. All right, everybody talks about the waivers to get the extra year of eligibility. This one is from Reddit CFB. They have good stuff on Twitter. They quoted a story from Daniel Livet about Navy baseball player Brock Murtha. He's seeking a federal court's injunction to allow him to play this current season after the NCAA denied his eligibility waiver. He is framing his lawsuit in terms of national security. Here's a quote from the story. "We are definitely in a time of conflict, and me and my fellow midshipmen will be thrown right into the fight right away," Murtha said. "It is so unpredictable right now. We don't know where we are going to end up and what we are doing. We just need to be prepared as possible. This year, baseball is not just about a 5th year, but about a final semester of preparation." That's a headline you're never going to see again.
Who's going to tell him no?
I know. He's probably going to win that.
I would think so. Can we just automatically grant our service academy
troops?
People,
hey, you play baseball as long as you want, man.
An extra, yeah. With the conflicts and the things happening around the world, I think we'd
He's
all.
Got
sign
a
off
He's
on
got
that.
a point. That's just something. It's a headline because it's never been done before. That's wild.
We put that up to a public vote. It might go the way of Wichita's special election last night. No. Did you see those final results?
No.
81. I don't remember anything ever being that one-sided on something like that. 81% one way versus the other. That's wild.
All right, got a couple more. We haven't talked about this yet, so I imagine you did not see this one because it's actually a notable headline. The Cardinals are going to release Kyler Murray.
I did see that one. Yeah.
Okay. Kyler Murray tweeted
that'll get into our NFL conversations in the next one. Yeah.
The Chiefs gonna go get him, backuup quarterback.
They're a team I heard brought up as a backup plan. If you get him for nothing, I wouldn't hate it.
That'd be wild.
I mean, the thing about the Chiefs is there's nobody you're ever going to bring in that's going to be like a cancer in the clubhouse.
It's true.
And they've had some good candidates for that over the years.
It's true. All right, let's keep going. This one is from Isaac Trotter, National College Basketball Reporter. He tweeted out a stat as we are in the week of senior nights. There are only 22 high major basketball programs, or excuse me, sorry. Only 22 high major scholarship players who will celebrate senior night this week, having played at just one university. Mississippi State's Sean Jones Jr. is the only SEC senior to finish his career where he started it. The Big 10 has 10, Big 12 has 5, Big East has 3, ACC has 3, SEC has 1.
So from freshman to
senior year at one school. Only one player in the SEC.
Yeah,
KU doesn't have one, do they? They don't have a single one.
Well, no, because they're seniors. Or El Marco and Jamari have been there 3 years now. Flory would be 2 years.
Do they even have a senior on their team besides like Melvin?
Trey White, Melvin Council.
Yeah. So they're not. KState's not. They don't have a single player on their team.
I don't know.
Taj Manning's a junior. He'll be the only one next year. Yeah. David Castillo would be one eventually. Yeah. Wichita State doesn't even have one.
Not yet. You hope it's TJ Williams. They haven't had a lot of freshmen, really.
That's true.
It's a little
part of the stat as well.
A little trickier for the non-power fours.
It's just, I mean, it's it's not a perfect stat, but it's in the same breath as that. Why are people going? Why is this happening so much? It's because people are recruiting out of the portal. That's why you don't get freshmen. Like everybody is, seeing this, and it's like we've gone full tilt. Like we've passed the threshold of what we were supposed to do, guys.
It's gonna get corrected. It's taking longer than I think anybody thought. Certainly longer than I thought. I don't think it's going to be this way forever. I don't know what they'll do yet, but they'll do something at some point to get a better grasp on how this is working. But there's too much at stake, I think. We'll see.
All right. One more for you. This one is the creme de la creme. I used that word yesterday, but I'm gonna use it again. I don't care. Headline making its rounds around the X machine. A New York mom delivered a massive 13-pound baby boy this week.
The
newborn is so large, he already requires clothes made for a 6-month-old. And the joke was immediately made that the SEC is calling already.
Yeah, they got him signed up. My son, our third kid, was 10-4. And I remember when he was delivered, like the nurses were just laughing at how big he was. And my wife was like, what is everybody laughing at? What's going on? And it's just like, he was a monster. He stayed in the same clothes from the age of like 1 to 5. He's so big. You'll see pictures of him next to other babies. I cannot imagine him being 3 pounds bigger than that.
The picture is unbelievable. That is a massive baby.
It's really funny.
Pretty good. That is what we always talk about, like when social media is at its best. Like everybody in the world is just like, holy cow, that's a big baby.
Fat babies, fat pets, just instant joy. Instant joy for all of us. Headlines I missed. Those are some good ones. Let's come back. Let's talk some football. Kyler Murray a part of that. Breece Hall a part of that. Trey Hendrickson a part of that. It's an interesting day in the NFL, and we'll discuss next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. you'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily is on KFH.
Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a part of the program. Great supporter. We appreciate them getting things greened up a little bit with some of this rain this week. As you got 36 holes out there, it's coming to life. Roughs are short right now. Right now is a good play. That's the good reason to play golf. I'll be playing some golf this week. The short roughs are nice. It's conducive to my game, I suppose, a little bit. Easier to find golf balls anyway. But they got 36 holes to choose from. Course is in great shape. It's going to be green before you know it. And if it is too cold, a little too rainy, they got simulators for you in there at Crestview Country Club. Give them a call. Tell them we sent you at Sports Daily. All right, it was a busy day in the NFL, TJ. Lots of headlines. We start with Breece Hall, the local, for two reasons. One, he's a local, Northwest High School graduate. Just became one of the highest paid running backs on a per season basis in the NFL, only trailing Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and Derrick Henry. It's a one-year deal, though, and it's franchise tag. Now they'll have a chance to try to work out a long-term deal with him. I really don't think they would do this unless they honestly had every intention of a long-term deal. Because why would you? Why would you do it if you really
it makes no sense for them to do this for 2026. They're not going to be a running back away.
So now, unless they have some intentions to trade him, which is not going to net them very much, because you've still got to pay him if you trade him. So I would guess that he's staying in New York. I hope that they get things turned around. I hope that they can get him an offensive line and just something that's not a hot mess there. But he's off the market. It looks like almost certainly is off the market.
Hey, so, it's non-exclusive.
Good for Breece Hall, though.
It's non-exclusive, so it's not off the table yet, but it is at a very high.
You got to surrender 2 firsts.
So it says if any team wanted to match an offer, New York has the right to match any offer that he receives. So it would have to be above, 14.2.
You have to pay him $15 million, right, and give up 2 first-round picks.
Basically, $15 million. If Hall agrees to an offer that the Jets don't match, the team acquiring him would have to send the Jets 2 first-round picks. So if the Chiefs wanted to pay him $15 million and give up 2 firsts, he could be a Chief.
Yeah, nobody's doing that for anybody but maybe a quarterback, I guess. So that's not going to happen, so that's off the table. But good for Breece Hall. Hopefully he gets his deal. He's been such a great story, such a great player, and he always loves Wichita. He's always available. He's easy to root for, and we root for his successful contract negotiations, even though we selfishly would have really liked to see him play for Kansas.
Hey, congrats on the $14 million, Breece Hall.
Probably more than 14 before it's all said and done. But yeah, 14 will start there, and then probably a whole lot more. That's a cool headline. It's a much cooler headline when we didn't have this ambition of him potentially coming to the Chiefs. But it's a great moment for the best Wichita football player since
Barry Sanders.
I mean, you got to put him ahead of Blake Bell, don't you?
Yeah.
Blake Bell had a great NFL career. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Wichita historians check us on that. But could be. Okay. Let's go to what that means now, though, because one of the other guys that did not get tagged was Kenneth Walker. So let's reframe the question we've been asking for weeks. You can either have Travis Etienne and pick 9. You can have Kenneth Walker and pick 9. Or you can have pick 9 for the chance to get Jeremiah Love.
Do you see the Cardinals are mocked?
What does TJ Veach prefer?
TJ Veach. Did you see somebody mock Jeremiah Love number 3 to the Cardinals? That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you that he's not falling to 9 because of his talent. He's falling 9 because
I agree. I don't think he's falling to 9.
I don't know.
I think the Chiefs have got to address it in free agency because I don't think he's fallen to 9. Are you going to trade up?
I know you can't do that. That's the worst viable option. I don't know. But what Kenneth Walker is going to be? I saw $14 million for him. Like the Chiefs pony up and pay $14 million for Kenneth Walker.
He makes $14 million. You let him go somewhere else. Okay, here's option 4. You roll the dice on pick 9, taking Love, or just take a running back in round 2 or 3 or 4, whatever.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Which do you
I don't know
prefer?
what your options are. I mean, it depends on how much Kenneth Walker is going to be for. I mean,
let's call them all $11 million. 11
if it's
for
11,
Walker,
if it's 11 million,
for
do it.
Etienne.
If it's 11, do it. If it's 14, don't do it. Like,
do you prefer Walker over Etienne?
Yes.
I probably do too, because they have Rashard Smith there. Etienne gives you both.
Also, it's so wild the Seahawks are going to let Kenneth Walker walk.
No, it's
like,
not.
Yes, it is.
Charbonnet
Charbonnet is not that good compared to Walker. Charbonnet, excuse me.
I think Walker's better too. I agree with you. Go before he got hurt, who was getting the workload?
I know, but I'm saying that it's wild that that's what it was. Like, I can't believe that
they don't need them both. Not for
I agree with that. I'm just surprised that they let it get to the point where it's Walker walking and not Walker walking, and not Charbonnet.
I'm not surprised. I mean, that's the nature of running back. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl MVP. He's a great player. He's a game breaker. Like, we talk about juice all the time in the Chiefs backfield. That is one thing he is not short on is juice.
The thing is that we talked about Breece Hall maybe wanting to say, like, hey, I want to play for a contender. Like, let's make it 10 and make it work. Like, this guy just won the Super Bowl MVP. He does not need to do that.
I want to know if the Chiefs' offensive line is conducive to a zone blocking scheme, because that you do have to sort of have with Walker. And I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think that they are a zone
They're
blocking.
like the highest paid one in the league. Can they figure it out?
How to change the. I don't think you need to do that. I think you just find a running back that fits your scheme better, rather than change what makes 3 of your offensive linemen Pro Bowlers, basically, or 2 now, I guess, soon to be 3 probably with Simmons. I would say if it's not a fit, then you just move down the list. I'll tell you this: if it's not Hall, and if Walker's not a scheme fit, because I don't think he is, we really need to. We'll try to get the answer to that with the Chiefs junkie film watcher at some point here. I would tell you that I think my preferred option is roll the dice and be fine with a 2nd or 3rd round pick.
I just don't know who that is.
Well, I don't either, but I don't know. I don't know who it is in any year. Did you know who Kareem Hunt was before he? I mean, obviously we knew who Jamal Charles was, but did you know who Kareem Hunt was?
You're cherry picking.
Coming out of Toledo.
But you're cherry picking here. Like, what if?
I'm not cherry picking. Look at
let's go back in
history.
Name me the name me a 7th round running back last year. Like,
Isaiah
you have
Pacheco.
no idea. Like last year's draft. Name me one.
No, I don't know.
Okay,
Smith.
They pan out 1 in 100. Like,
let's look it up. Let's look up the 20. What season were we just in? 2025 rookie running backs.
Your next after Jeremiah Love, you can get Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, Jonah Coleman, and Damon Claiborne, who I've never heard any of those names until right now.
Okay. Rushing yards by NFL rookies. Ashton Genty led the way. Trevion Henderson, Quinshawn Judkins. Woody Marks, where was he drafted?
Round 3.
What?
Round 3?
Okay. There's a 3rd rounder that led the Texans backfield. Cam Scattaboo, where was he drafted?
Okay. I mean, name me the ones that you don't know.
Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon.
Well, he didn't do much.
Let me go to guys who actually had good seasons. Well, Scattaboo did. Marion Hampton got hurt. Judkins started okay and then got hurt. Henderson, Genty. I mean, okay. How about this? How many of those guys were taken in the 1st round? Hampton, Judkins, Henderson, Genty, right? There were 4 of them, I think. Was Harvey? Harvey was a 2nd rounder, I think. Whatever. Were any of them worth the 1st round pick?
They're not bad.
1st round pick?
I don't know about that.
So,
all right, here. 2024. Let's pull this one out since we're just going to cherry pick drafts.
I'm cherry picking the Chiefs backfields.
Round 2 running back 2024, Jonathan Brooks. I don't think he's played a snap. He's injured all the time. Trey Benson, round 3. That good enough for you? Blake Corum, round 3. Marshawn Lloyd. Let's keep going. Let's keep going until we can find one that is a starting running back. Round 4, Jalen Wright, Tennessee. Bucky Irving. There you go. Round 4.
All right.
So one for 15.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's
the hit rate. The hit rate on your first round running backs, as you've said, is always pretty good.
It's not always pretty good. That's not what I said at all.
Top 15 running backs are always pretty good.
They're not always pretty good. They're pretty good. Okay, I want you to hang tight because we're gonna have a fun exercise here. A more apropos exercise.
God, I love apropos.
Okay.
How do you spell
apropos? Larry Johnson.
Grandmama.
First round pick. Okay.
Grandmama.
First round pick. I'm going to go back one. Priest Holmes. Let's go back to 2001. This millennium. Where was Priest Holmes drafted?
Tell me.
Undrafted.
Okay.
Okay. Where was Jamal?
Understood.
Priest Holmes was their leading rusher from 2001 to 2004. Then it was Larry Johnson, first round pick for 4 years. Jamal Charles led the way essentially from 2009 then to 2014. Third round pick, right?
Okay.
There was a year of Jackie Battle the year Charles got hurt. Charkandrick West led the team in 2015. Spencer Ware led it in 2016. Now, I'm going to tell you those names. 4 yards a carry, which isn't great for Charkandrick West, but Spencer Ware was at 4.3. And then Kareem Hunt era started in 2017 and 18. Okay, we all know he was a later round pick. Where was Damian Williams? He did 500 yards. That 2019, they just didn't run the ball. We know about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Darryl the Barrel was the year they didn't run the ball. And then you get to the Isaiah Pacheco years, who was taken in the 7th round. And then now back to Kareem Hunt, which is hilarious. The Chiefs have a long history of running backs being very successful that were taken very late in drafts.
Okay, but
Larry Johnson's the outlier. And I would say he had a couple of good years and then he kind of fell off the face of the earth. But
I don't know. I mean, look, you can't just pull up one team though and pull up look at all these great running backs that Chiefs have had from 15 years ago.
I can because it's the team we're talking about.
Yeah, but the coach wasn't there. The offensive linemen weren't there. The GM that drafted those guys isn't even there. The only thing that's the same is the ownership group.
Okay, I've got it. This is gonna. I hate doing this on the air. Where was James Cook drafted?
I don't know.
He wasn't a first. He was a second. He led the league in rushing last year. Derrick Henry was a first. Jonathan Taylor was a first, I believe, maybe early second. Bijan was a first. Devon Achane draft. I'm just going through last year's rushing leaders. He was a third. Achane was. Kyron Williams was up next. I hate that I'm even having this conversation. Yeah, he was a fifth because I love running backs and I love the really good running backs. I do. So I hate having this conversation. Again, option 4 of take Love if he's there or get one of these guys. Here's the only problem with that option for me is you've got the Mahomes injury, and I do think they need to run it more. But but you're putting whoever you get, whoever it is that you take there, you're putting them behind one of the best offensive lines in football, who have been one of the better. I saw a scout go into this. There were some numbers and some stats on just how effective the Chiefs are in run blocking and how mind-blowing it is it's because of who they've had back there. They're just older guys, or Pacheco's hurt or whatever, that haven't been able to take advantage and the point of this exercise, whoever this was to say, why don't they run it more? They've got one of the best, if not the best, run blocking lines in football. They should do it more for only that reason. So even if you did roll the dice, you wait on Love, he's not there, you take somebody else later, you're still putting whoever that is, and maybe it's for 1 year, and then you try again the next year, you're still putting them behind one of the best offensive lines in football. You can still re-sign Kareem Hunt as a backup plan. You still have Rashard Smith. Like you need to find you bring in a couple of guys or a lower end free agent, right? You can still bring in a lower end free agent and you say, run straight behind this line for 1 year. You're probably getting 4 yards a carry minimum, which is not league average, but it's not terrible.
Kareem Hunt just did that.
That's right. And I don't want to take too much away from Kareem Hunt either, because Kareem Hunt did
something. Is Kareem Hunt coming back next year? Let's ask that question. I think he should.
How do you have somebody more effective than the tush push and not bring him back?
I think they have to
be
bring
my
him back.
question there.
I think it'd be insane if they didn't.
I do too, because he's not going to cost you anything.
100%.
And that thing that he did, as much as it was frustrating at times to not have the ability to break anything off, to be able to do what he did was pretty incredible. That was wild. So again, can't you just take a couple of rookies for a team that has a long history of doing that well behind one of the best offensive lines in football? I'm just not enamored with Etienne or Walker if they're not zone blocking and they're not fitting his style perfectly. I'm just not enamored in paying one of those guys. Breece Hall was different. Breece Hall is one of the 6'7" true bell cow best running backs in this league, in my opinion.
Yep.
I don't think that way about Etienne. I don't know that I think that way about Ken Walker. So if it's not Breece, the only guy that I feel that way about of everybody that we know is available now with Breece off the table is Jeremiah Love. And so, okay, you want to take a swing and see if you get lucky? Great. If you don't, if the backup plan is to draft, let's say they come out of the draft with one running back and they get a priority free agent or whatever it is, and you've got that line, I think I'm okay with it. I just like to pay $12 million for Etienne. That seems like too much to me. You'd never extend him for that, or Jacksonville would. No. So why would you go pay him that way in free agency? There's got to be, and I don't love the free agent class, but you can at least go get some depth and go do some things with the 15 or so million that they're going to have to work with. It's not a great free agent wide receiver group. But there's going to be some linemen or something you could go get. Go re-sign, I don't know, Jalen Watson or something. I don't know. Just go extend Trent McDuffie. Do something with the money. But I just...
Are the Chiefs going to trade Trent McDuffie? Apparently a lot of run yesterday. The Rams are in the market for somebody to bolster their secondary and are willing to trade a first. Would you do that?
Would you trade McDuffie, get an extra first, and then use it to move up to get Love?
No.
I don't think I would either. But boy, I'd like to have two first. Would I rather have a first or extend Trent McDuffie? I'd rather extend Trent McDuffie, but it's expensive. So a first ain't a bad idea. I mean, I'm okay with the Chiefs kind of breaking it down and tearing it down next year when Mahomes is coming off an ACL too. I know that's not like Kelsey coming back and you're wasting a year of Chris Jones. They're never going to tear it all the way down. But if they got to re-maneuver a little bit and you just take your chances, I'm probably okay with it. I love this offseason. I do. Congratulations, Breece Hall. We didn't even get to Kyler Murray. We might have time for that. Let's see if Shreyas Laddha is awake and got off a plane. Next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
This is Sports Daily on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
And we are joined by Shreyas Laddha, KU Insider, KC Star, traveled out for whatever it was we watched last night for KU losing on the road. Shreyas, the oddities of that game are remarkable.
Have we ruled out that Shreyas hasn't put like a hex on KU basketball since he's moved to Kansas? Because there's been some real odd seasons since he came.
I don't think I've ever seen, and I'm pretty confident in saying I will never see again, 25 offensive rebounds leading to only 6 second chance points.
Yeah, incredible way to lose a game they had no business losing. You have 2 different head coaches get 3 technicals in the span of 6 minutes. They went 6 of 22 on layups. They had 17 turnovers. And at one point, it was a 2-point game.
Yeah.
It's weird, Trace, because you're right. That's the crux that we're at right now is that, like, you really overcame a lot because you were terrible and a lot of things weren't going your way. And you cut it back to 2, and you can kind of feel good about that. But at the end of the day, you lost to Arizona State. You've now lost 4 of your last 6, and it's March 4th. Like, it's a trend that is going downward, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, they're playing their worst basketball at the worst possible time. You don't want this, and now they're the 4 seed, according to many projections, which makes their road to getting out of the first weekend at this point, which is probably the goal, much harder. And to me, offensively, they just haven't looked good in a few weeks now, and on the road especially, they just have struggled, for consecutive 3 years, really 3 seasons, and it's not like they're going to be playing at Allen Fieldhouse come, Big 12 tournament or, more importantly, NCAA tournament. So I really have no idea what to expect from this team. I know people say they could be a Final Four contender or they could be a first-round exit. Well, I lean to a first weekend exit more than I lean to a Final Four contender at this point in the season.
Okay. I want to talk about the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Could you envision, because I thought the second half, all the oddities were there, right? We just talked about them. If they're not there like that, I actually kind of liked the second half and thought it was as much energy collectively as we've seen from KU with Darren Peterson on the floor that we've seen all year. I'm having a really hard time this morning taking away the things that never happen in basketball and saying, well, what if that didn't happen? Because I feel like if the things that never happen in basketball don't happen, that to me was as good as we've seen them look, as cohesive as we've seen them look with Peterson on the floor. He was, and he got in foul trouble, which was too damn bad because it was annoying, because it did feel like it was like, all right, they've got some energy, they've got some stuff going here. I don't know. I kind of take that second half, and I told TJ I'd love to be a fly on the wall at the first practice they have, because what do you talk about? To me, if they can bottle that up, Peterson will shoot better in some games, but there was a style, I think, that finally translates a little bit.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with, Peterson impacted the game outside of scoring in the last few games a lot more. 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals. He was horrible shooting-wise, but the second half especially, he was getting to the line. He was getting some shots down. I know that was probably his worst shooting night as a Kansas Jayhawk, but I'm not expecting him to go 2 of 18 most nights. And I think you're right. I thought they did a lot of good things. To me, the worrying thing is they have to be like perfect when they're down against a team like ASU or Arizona. They were really good for that stretch, and then they can't, put it together. I think it's really, really tough to overcome these bad starts they've had in recent weeks and consistently win basketball games, as we've seen. They nearly came back in both games in Arizona, and they lost both of them to these Arizona teams. Obviously, Arizona is a much better team than Arizona State. Nothing to take away from that in my mind. But, you can't lose a game like this. We can talk about I think they look better as a team. Yeah, I think Peterson is going to shoot a lot better most games. But to me, the worrying trend should be, why are you having to play near perfect basketball in the second half to make up for how bad your first half is?
It's true. And as they go forward here, Shrey, something that you posted out last night. By the way, did Bill Self talk at the press conference?
He did. There was 3 of us, me, Henry, and
I didn't know it. Yeah, I didn't know ejected coaches talk after they got ejected. I figured it was going to be Jock
from the arena. He's just sitting back there.
Anyways, something that you pointed out is that he talked about Peterson, and he said that I'm not upset that he's missing the shots. I want him to take those shots. To me, that becomes a conversation. Is that the best KU that there can be if he's taking, and 18 shots isn't an outlandish number, but we've seen it into the 20s. We've seen that before. Is that what they're going to want to do? Or is there a world where they need to play, a different brand of basketball with Darren Peterson on the court.
Well, I definitely think there's like a level of you can't force it. I think there are moments sometimes that Darren forces it. But when I go back and watch the tape, he just missed a lot of shots that he normally makes. You know, he's been in this slump now for like 10 games, and he's had like, 3 games where he shot about 40%, and some of it's 100%. He's just clearly not healthy, and other things he's just missing shots, right? Like, guys, he was so good, from three-point line, etc., in a lot of games, even with him dealing with health issues. Right now, he's going through the freshman slump that a lot of guys go through. But I think there's some level of balance, maybe not 18 shots, maybe it's 15 shots a game or something, or 14 shots a game, and those 3-4 other shots go to other guys. But I think the way this team is run, for better or worse at this point, they're going to fall on the Darren Peterson sword. Like, that's just kind of what it is. And they're going to be nights that maybe that carries them to a further run than they would get normally because he's an incredible shot maker. And there might be a night where the run ends a little earlier than anticipated because Darren has just not got it and the rest of the offense just doesn't have it right now. I mean, like, you guys have watched the offense. KU's offense has been tough to watch like the last 3 weeks.
Yep. It has been, but again, I feel like I kind of saw something from him in that second half. He was more inclined to pass early. I think his defense and his energy was higher than it had been maybe in some other weeks. I know what the floor is. The floor is they lose to Arizona State. Like, we know what that is. I still want to know what the ceiling is. That's the with Peterson, the with Peterson ceiling, right? We have KState, we have probably Iowa State, maybe one more, 2 more, whatever. Is there enough time? I think there is. If Peterson's going to play if he's going to play 35, 37 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I was encouraged. He played 34 last night. And I think, to me, when I look at what Peterson is doing, he's impacting the game outside of just scoring, I think, in recent weeks. I think you're right. His energy, his defense has been kind of great the last 2 games, especially compared to what we saw most of this year. But I'm not sure. Like, I think there's a level of, like, they have time, but I don't know. It's quick turnaround.
Sounds like you're about to cry about it, Trey. It's not that emotional, man. It's okay. I know it's hard right now, but it's okay. So this is an interesting thing that we've talked about is there's the conversation on, is KU better without Darren Peterson? We all unequivocally know the answer is they're not better if they don't have the number 1 pick in the draft on their team. The question, though, that we have been talking about this week, though, is you can ask, have they played better with Darren Peterson yet? And you can say that, yeah, the first half of BYU, they were great. In the first 15 minutes of Oklahoma State, they were great. But in the games that he's played in full, they snuck by Texas Tech. They didn't play very good against Utah. What else you want to say? They lost to Cincinnati. They lost to Iowa State. They lost to Arizona. They lost to Arizona State. Like, is there a trend there? Like, why is that the reason?
Well, I do think some of those games they were just put on the road, and Kansas is just bad on the road, And let's not downplay the Texas Tech win. Aaron was not good, and then he basically won them the game. And Texas Tech at that point hadn't lost at home, I don't think. To hand them that first loss was huge, and that was when JT Toppin wasn't hurt, etc. So that was a big time win. I absolutely do think there's some level of these guys still haven't really figured out how to play with him. You can see it in flashes. I know, like Jacob talked about it. I think I've been encouraged by the way they're playing alongside him the last 2 games. Now the question is he going to get out of that shooting slump that they desperately need him to get out of? Because the rest of the offense is also in a shooting slump. And if the rest of the offense is also in a shooting slump and Darren Peterson is also in a shooting slump, you're just destined to lose games that you shouldn't lose. But, I mean, like, guys, Bill said this yesterday. They let Arizona State shoot 35% from the field. Arizona didn't shoot particularly well either last game. To me, their defense gives them a chance at every single game. The issue is the offense hasn't looked anywhere near as good in the last 6 games where they've gone 2-4 as they did during that 8-game winning streak. So can they recapture the magic where Trey White was hitting threes, Melvin Council looked assertive, Darren Peterson was making jump shots, Flory was doing something underneath the basket, and Tiller was giving you a game or two every, 2 or 3 games where he looked like a double-digit scorer. I have no idea because that's asking a lot to go right. But if you can get 2 or 3 of those things that I mentioned to happen, this team has got a chance to make a deeper run than anticipated just because the defense, I think, will keep them in a lot of games, assuming they don't play anybody that's particularly really big in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I agree. They're not the safest bet in March by any means. They're probably the 5th safest bet out of the Big 12 in March. It's just the difference, I think, between this year and last year is there still is the glimmer of hope that they could do something special in March. The last 2 years, there was no hope that they were doing anything in March. None. Like, it was like, what upside is there? There's still upside there to be grasped. Can they grasp it? I don't know. Sweet 16? That going to be good enough?
I think that's where I'm at. I think if you make a Sweet 16, maybe they should. I mean, am I supposed to say that out loud? I mean, I don't know.
Mark my words, though. They get to the Sweet 16 and they match up against, I don't know, who's going to be up there in those lines? Who are our ones? And they play Michigan?
Yeah.
What is that going to be, a 4-point line?
Michigan's terrifying. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just saying, nobody's
Shreyas, we haven't even asked the hard-hitting question yet. At noon today, the glass court gets broken out. Are you excited or what?
Yes, I would like to take a shot and take a video.
I know. We need a media. Can we get a media game on the glass court?
I'm saying.
Can KU not get us the 8:30 p.m. game on Thursday so we can actually sleep like humans that night?
Absolutely.
Right. Shreyas, go find the latest at the KC Star. Safe travels home. We'll talk again next week before the Big 12 tournament.
Thanks, guys.